position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on the fifth-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Wisconsin Badgers offense will get first crack at it here. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress at defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Rush is on him. Looking to scramble. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Here comes the heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. There he goes. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. And guys, the defense's head might be spinning a little bit after giving up that huge gain on the first play. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Goes to the option. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Badgers.
And they talked about it this week with us. They talked about wanting to start this football game fast. Nothing like taking the opening possession, using your script to your advantage, and then getting closer and exerting your physicality, running the football in, off to a hot start for this offense.
A quick timeout called by the kicking team here. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. Gets it all the way out to the 33 before he stopped. So the Oregon Ducks offense has its first opportunity of the day. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Finds his man. It's Dalton. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Ducks with the 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds. The Ducks headed quickly to the line. They turn to the passing game on third and short. Finds his big tight end. Out the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down.
With you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. The RPO fired complete to the left. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Fires to the tight end. Just discarding tacklers, punching and grinding his way to the 23. The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The DBs will back off a bit. From the gun, the ground game. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. And the Ducks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Send the tight end in motion. Off play action on first down. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Grab behind the line. It's Dalton. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Up-tempo for the offense. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Right on the money. Smashes through the tackle. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon! Extra point here will tie the game.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. First play of this drive comes from the 27. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Stopped at the 41-yard line after the 5-yard gain.
On second down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to third down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the first down on second down. We don't need third downs.
Motion from the back. Under fire. On the run, deep down the right side. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The Badgers are moving quickly down the field. On the option, quarterback on the keeper. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Going deep. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Wisconsin. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Rides the back on the option to give. It's that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Takes a handoff. It's battle. Makes it past the marker. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. As we come to the end of the period, Wisconsin has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. First play of the period, first down here. Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. That's reeled in. It's Terrell. That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30. The Ducks want to crank the tempo. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Ducks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Terrell. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Got his man on the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He'll pull it on the read. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. The Ducks will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Quickly out to the tight end. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They go to the ground. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Caught behind the line. It's Dalton. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Ducks want to pick up the tempo. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Ducks decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Got some room, entered to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Badgers!
And this is why you consistently run the football. A steady diet, because you can break the long touchdown runs. Nice job breaking through the line of scrimmage, outrunning the rest, getting in for the long touchdown run.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his own 20. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Touchdown, Wisconsin! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Run out of bounds at the 45, and a terrific return there. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Gets the back moving. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Now improvising. Oh, it goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Now facing a third and long. The offense changing the play. On third down, he drops to throw. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. And the Badgers will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They punt it away on fourth down. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Makes the grab. It's Terrell. And they pick up just a few on that completion. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. And this is going to be incomplete on third. The Ducks will call on their punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop. The 47-yard line. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute throwing and running the football game.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop down right now before the half? They can create some momentum on their side by getting a stop before the half.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Snagged out of the air. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. The Badgers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Firing to the right, complete. They'll immediately call timeout.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. And that's a wobbler, but it grazes its way over the crossbar. And now the lead is extended a little further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Eugene. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Autzen Stadium.
And the Badgers will kick it away to crank up the second half. Great starting point, takes it inside his own 25. He gets it up to the 35 before he's guided out of bounds. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be 1 drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. Rides the back and leaves it. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
He tries to take the top off, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ducks! sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
On the run, still looking. He gets in there for the two-point conversion, and now we have a two-possession game. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Austin. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Badgers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Badgers line up to punt it away. He gets a block. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They cut into the deficit the last time they had it, forced the punt, and now they can really make this a game.
And you're right back in this thing. You're creating some momentum.
Oh, he's got some space. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Ducks are in the hurry-up.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. On target over the middle. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. 1st and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do.
Touchdown, Oregon! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, I love the little play-action fake. It's, you get inside the 5, you're thinking run as a defense, come up, be physical, and they slip those guys right behind you, throw it over the top of you. Man, those are tough to defend. Nice little play action by this offense.
He will not get there. Brought down at the 1, and the 2-point try is no good. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here's the return from inside his 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. After that last scoring drive, old Uncle Mo has switched sidelines, and now they'll try to get it back while they're clinging to this lead. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Badgers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run the option. Now the toss. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
They'll give it to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Got a man in the middle. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. And the Badgers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Running to the left. Finds a crease at the 20. Breaks into the open. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Badgers. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Dalton.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Using the quick game. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Takes it from the gun on third down. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Punt is on its way. Wants to bring it back. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Here comes the offense on second down. Might be changing the route. To the air on second down. Flushed out of the pocket. Finds a man on the right. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. As we come to the end of the period, Wisconsin has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looking downfield on first down. Trying to set up the screen. Turning it on. Touchdown, Wisconsin. And the beatdown has ensued. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in Conference USA. Middle Tennessee is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Murfreesboro, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 6 over New Mexico State. 2 fan bases with very different emotions in CUSA as we send it back to you.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. It's complete on the right side. Still on his feet. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
To the air on first down. He's got the back in the middle. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll line up for a second down play. Caught in the backfield, it's Dalton. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
The Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He wants to throw it again. Caught near the sticks. It's Terrell. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Deep shot for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe take the dink and dunk, let your guys make some plays because they are definitely playing the deep ball.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Power football with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. Defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
What a great job tackling that time by the cornerback. Out on an island by himself. It's just him and the pitch man one-on-one. The offense is trying to go option. They get it out to their playmaker in space. But this guy is good at covering, and he's good at tackling, and he showed it to you right there.
Slings it downfield. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Quick completion to the right. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
The run from the shotgun. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got it in the middle. It's Terrell. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Got it behind the line. It's Battle. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the 1st down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision there.
So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. And the Ducks are on the move. A 1st down run in the red zone. And this offense hopes to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
They're going to run it. And again, he gets nothing. This defense is not giving up anything on the goal line. And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on 3rd and goal. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Ducks!
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
They want to throw it. Gets it out quickly. Stopped short. They'll bring him down at the 1. He just couldn't get it in. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the 4th quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
You want to end a play quickly, get in the backfield that fast, get to the guy, and get him on the ground. Nice job penetrating right from the snap, getting off the ball so quick, penetrating the backfield and making something happen.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got his man on the right.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
The option look. And the ball is free on the pitch.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
That last play, just about as disastrous as it gets, and it makes it worse because now you have to deal with 2nd and long. He's got his man. They're just steamrolling the defense. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. The Badgers come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the ground to try to move the chains. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. Now the pitch. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. And after that strong play on 1st down, they're right on the cusp of a score. 2nd and goal. Trying to surge it in. Touchdown, Badgers! And the route is on. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And here we go, final play of the game right here. Wants to throw on first down. He wants a big play here late. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one. Well, the dreams of an undefeated season are over. Certainly an accomplishment to make it this far, but this week in practice is probably going to be pretty interesting.
It's going to be very tough after suffering that loss, but you wonder, David, if this might be a blessing in disguise for them, because sitting here at one loss late in the year, their college football playoff hopes very much alive still. Now, can they turn this into a positive and get back on the horse?
And we've seen that in recent years, right? Like you saw Ohio State, they used a late loss to catapult them. They had so much energy and so many doubters and haters that propelled them to go win a national championship. So this moment, while it's sad and it's kind of depressing for them, could be one of the better moments of their season if they use it for good.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse